welcome to week number 4 of the F1 Clash Community Championship, and we arrive at Hot Prospect event. If you haven't seen already, strategy guide for the weekend was out on Friday, so make sure you get your fix of strategies to help you perform at your very best. So what have we got coming up in this video to get the fun underway? We've got Abu Dhabi, extreme heat. Hopefully we've bought a cap and some sun cream, because otherwise we're going to get heavily burnt. We've got Hungary, bit of opposite, bit of rain at Hungary, and the same with Austin. Remember, 7 laps of Austin to come. And then we're finishing the video with Melbourne completely in the dry. So should be a interesting set of races, and fingers crossed we can score some big points. Potentially keep your eye out later on this evening. We might do a full live stream of the free-to-play opening round, so stay tuned. But for now, let's get it underway. Race number 1, Abu Dhabi. Let's get into it and underway then. And let's first of all see where we qualify. Strategy-wise, because it's so hot, we're looking at doing a 2-3-3 and a 3-3-2, using majorly mediums over softs on the free lap stints. P12 for De Vries, so a lovely bit of qualifying for him, and we're going to set him up on a 3. We're going to set Sonoda up on a 2, and we're going to be using Cuppa and Cuppa for this. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we don't get stuck at the hairpin, but hopefully with De Vries in P12, we're not going to get that big of a hit. Famous last words. Here we go then, both with a perfect start, which is absolutely what we need, as De Vries takes the outside line in the first corner and gets stuck behind Norris into Russell now. Approaches the hairpin in P7 and takes the inside line, kind of. Oh, gets stuck a little bit. And De Vries has got stuck P11 now, so he's lost out quite a bit there compared to where he was at one point. But he gets past the Alpine, and so does Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, with that good race start, has absolutely wrecked the field. He's moved into P9. 40-degree heat at the moment, as you can see in the top left of your screen. And we're going to try Yuki Tsunoda for a couple more positions into P7. And that is a beautiful start to this strategy. Hopefully we can keep it going. What have we got around us? A lot of 2-lap and 3-lap pitters by the look of it, as De Vries doesn't want to get ahead of Hamilton just yet, quite clearly. So, an exciting start to the race. A bit of swapperoos on the drivers. But we started okay, and we're stuck behind Hamilton at the moment in that tractor of a Mercedes, but we're through into P10, and a few cars now coming into pits. These softs not lasting as people would like, and that's going to cause some more pit stops. Where will Yuki come out? Oh, AZW's got him some nice clear air in P14. Look at that, perfect on the old strategy, and that clear air's gone. Where's that clear air gone? Disappeared. Looked like we had clear air for ages, didn't it? But not to be. P13. With the McLaren and the Aston Martin both getting each other's way. And now the field pile in to the pits. Tsunoda goes round, and he's got the McLaren that he's now ahead of into P8. Good move. And these two are an interesting strategy. Got to get ahead of that hard. Oh, not quite. Thought we'd have had him, and now we do. Back in to P14. So it's looking okay. This heat is making some interesting racing here. We might push De Vries a little bit more than we want here. See if we can get him through one of these, and we do. Kevin Magnussen is the culprit this time around. Anyone into the pit? So we've got a Mercedes into the pit. Lewis Hamilton. And Norris. So we'll move up, and we'll come back in for mediums. As Sonoda hits a bit of traffic down the straight. P7, P9. What do we got ahead? Bunch of hards. Be interesting to see how long they last. Sonoda's getting held up a little bit, but takes Perez as if he wasn't there. And let's push him in now to the pits as well. So not a bad start from where we were. It's going to come down to if we can catch the hard tyres for Sonoda. Stroll comes back out. We're behind the rival. Can we get ahead of that Aston Martin? Yes, we can at the moment. And then we're going to bring in Nick de Vries. Let's look at that. Sonoda with a good move into P11 now. We're going to start pushing him a little bit more. And we're already on the back of Mercedes George Russell. Hopefully we can get a nice quick pit stop, no service, and no one pits ahead. Sonoda under a bit of pressure from de Vries, who is the bot that's pushing. And de Vries is coming out in P12 on the softs though. We'll push initially. And somehow Nick de Vries flies up the inside of us and gets that car. Interesting bit of play there. Surely these two can't get in each other's way. Maybe they can a little bit. So, coming in for one lap to go. And we've just swallowed up Lewis Hamilton. P9 and P10. Considering where we started, that's not too bad. We've got a Ferrari in as well. And we've got an Alpine and the rival going pretty slow down the straight. And we'll take one. And then we get a bit of lag. Can we take the other one? We're up to P7. What about Sonoda? Can't we get that position just yet? We are trying to boost. Look at that. Sonoda up the inside into P9. And now we'll push with both drivers. Any more positions out there to take? Sonoda, P8. Can we get the Ferrari? There's a Ferrari and a Red Bull right in front. I don't think we are. We're going to run out of power unit. And that's going to cost us. But the Red Bull goes wide. And we do get P6. And Yuki Tsunoda comes home P8. So we'll take, happily, 36 points at a very hot Abu Dhabi. We've touched down for race number 2 in Hungary. And a bit of wet weather chance. It's dry at the moment. But let's see what the race has in store for us. Do we get another P12 qualifying from de Vries? Looks like it. P12 and P20 for Yuki with his famous launch start. We've got wet weather, as we thought we might have. So, let's see what we can do in the wet. We're expecting a lot of the AI to pit lap 5 and lap 6. So, undercut could be our best friend right here. We're going to need to push de Vries though. We need him to get a good start. Gets perfect on both. Need a switch to the inside. And he gets an okay start. We could have got a lot better. Can still change though as we try and squeegee our way through. And we move up to P9. So P9 and P12. We're going to keep boosting as de Vries takes another position. And so does Yuki. So Yuki P11. de Vries 8. We're going to still push because we can still use this race start to our advantage. And that's another 2 cars that we do get. And there's another car that we get. Sonoda flying through. P7, P8. So that's a great start to this GP round and race number 2. So we're just going to build this power unit. What we're going to do is go for an undercut. 2.5 minutes. It's not going to be enough to see dries in this race. So if we can get the undercut with a pit on lap 3 and a pit on lap 4, that's what we'll do, is de Vries takes over. Team orders to take that position. We might even sneak a lap 5 pit here. Just going to watch as Sonoda goes backwards a little bit. Only because lap 3, I'm going to come in out in all that traffic. I don't want to be stuck in it for ages either. So I might just dip. Who should I dip into there? Ugh. Let's see if I can get de Vries another position. As we look at the Ferrari and try the inside. Couldn't get that done. And now we set our sail. Now we're going to come in. We are going to stick a lap 5. Oh, it's going to be tough though. Let's see what happens with De Vries here. He makes a move. So let's pull Sonoda in. Because De Vries is making some good positions. And even if everyone does pit lap 5, we're not going to be too bad. As in we come. We'll still push though. And so here we go. Have we done a strategic masterclass? We need to get our skates on with Yuki though. He's in P17 at the minute. This is going to be the difficult part of pitting early. You get stuck in a load of traffic. And that traffic at the moment is taken care of. Lap 6 it looks like for the front runners. So we can come through. We can get another car and another one. So split field pitting. And you can see these two coming out the pits for De Vries, P12. And the reason we're still pushing is so we can close the gap on the leaders. And Sonoda's going to make another place. Both of these flying as the front runners do come in on lap number 6. Split field. And hopefully they get some slow stops. There they are. P7, P8 it's showing at the moment. It's going to be better than that. It's going to be P3 and P4. 4 as a WF1. Great undercut to perfection. Got 2 cars ahead. Red Bull looks like it's checked out front. Can we? Could we get the Mercedes? Could we? We're going to push. There he is. Lewis Hamilton is our target. Not going too quick, is he? What tyres has he got on? He's got the wets on. We've got a chance. Can we take it round here? Round the outside? No, not quite. Yuki can push though. Yuki's got good tyres. And power unit. Feel like we're going to get done by team orders a little bit. Can Yuki go up the inside? Oh, that was his position. And we get door slammed shut by Lewis Hamilton. But what a race in Hungary with a perfect undercut. And it is a very, very solid race number 2 where we score 43 points. From Europe to America. It's the Circuit of the Americas at Austin. Difficult track with another rain chance. Dry qualifying again, same as Hungary. But will it be wet in the race? Qualifying, same results, 12 and 20. Dry race so far. Interesting. So, Nick De Vries, Harold we're going to use. Sonoda, Cuppa. We're going to do a 4-3 with Sonoda. A 3-4 with Nick De Vries. Let's see if we can use Nick De Vries and get a good start. Hopefully a launch up the inside on that inside line. And away we shall go. Perfect starts for both. De Vries needs to go to the inside. There you go. Beautiful move. Escapes in to P4. So brilliant start. Now can Yuki start making use of his race start? De Vries certainly is. He's into P3 even. Just holds on. What about Yuki? P12. And we're really going to be pushing here. And there's P2. Leclerc leaves the door open. And we say thank you very much and shut the door on the way out. And Yuki's going good as well. P9 for Yuki. And then as we come on down the home straight, we will reserve a little bit more. Carnage on the last corner. But we've got George Russell ahead of us. Looking for a move. Can't get it done. So we cut down. And we leave ourselves in a very good first lap of the race. We've got Lewis Hamilton ahead. Not for much longer. Because we take the lead of Nick De Vries. Asking the questions. Why did he get rid of in AlphaTauri? But let's see what happens. Bunch of softs out front. So we're all going to be pitting lap 3. Sonoda, if he can keep the gap close, can overcut pretty much all of these apart from Norris. So there's a bit of potential here for Yuki Tsunoda. Not got the best power unit though. That's why we're trying to earn that back with De Vries to defend from the front. We need it. You can see Yuki there. He's only within 8 seconds of the lead, and that goes down to about 7 if you take out the medium tyre runner. And let's see if we can get De Vries a nice quick pit stop. This is what we pay the team for. Can we get a good one? He's now into the pits and hits the marks. And me and Norris will carry on. De Vries comes out. P2. And the Ferrari just knocks us out of the way. Forgot to take off the the conserve. And we have to settle P4. We're using a bit more power unit than we'd like here. And we're going to cut down now. Not a bad start to this though. Let's just keep going because we can conserve on the softs and that will be enough to get some power unit back. Norris will pit from the lead. Norris has been quick out there so far. And in comes Tsunoda. De Vries continues, land of his own. He'll be happy with that. And Yuki comes out P7. So we're going to have to bide our time with Yuki. We need some power unit. That's key if we want to move our way up. But we're on the softs. Should see the performance of them softs. Takes Hamilton, caught napping. And we are through into P6. But can we defend against it? Don't want to use too much power unit. Should I have? No, we've moved done. We move into P6. What we got ahead? Hards ahead. So we can start coming through here without even having to push. And there's a move on Fernando Alonso. It's up to P5. We've got a great chance of at least getting P3 here. We should be able to close this hard tyre down into the entry to the straight. We're going to push, and it's even quicker than that. P4 for Yuki. De Vries, absolutely loving life. And now we'll try and close this gap. As we can see P2 and P3. Can we do the impossible and get even P2? We approach the hard. Big move from Yuki. That's what we like to see. It's P3. This McLaren's a couple of seconds ahead. This is going to be hard to catch. But we're going to try, of course. Into the entry to the straight we go. We can see the McLaren. We can smell the McLaren. And then we'll push 30%. We can see it. Can we get it? Last corner. I'm thinking last corner. Norris is ours for a very timely 47. Can we do it? Last corner jump. Yes, we can. Yuki Tsunoda with a race of his life. And that is a brilliant race in Austin. It is a magic 47 points, which will help an absolute mile. So down under we go to Australia. We've had this in the wet quite a lot recently, but I'm quite interested to see a strategy in the dry, and we're going to try something different as well. I reckon I can get a 4-4 out of De Vries. I reckon I can do it. Tsunoda, I reckon might have to do a 2-stop. That's the plan. So I'm going to do a 2-3-3 with Yuki. I'm going to push him really hard first couple of laps. So away we go in Australia. And can De Vries, we need him to get a good start. And he gets straight through the middle. He's into P9, P8, P7. Come on. Oh, he's going to go back a spot. The old custom De Vries moving forward and back as the connection moves forward and back at the same time. I'll tell you what, look at Yuki. Oh, no. De Vries, how has he got done there? He got done hard. I'll tell you what, can we get Yuki up another position? Yes, we can. What about P5? How about that? Thank you very much, Yuki Tsunoda. Lovely. Lovely. P5, what a man. What a man. Absolute. Nailed it through there then. And I don't know if I've got enough tyres to do 3 laps. I don't imagine I have, based on how I've been pushing. De Vries has gained another one, P10. He's a man on a mission as well. If I can get another lap here, I'm going to be doing it. And I reckon we might be okay with the tyre management we are. Okay then, let's crack on. Another lap there by Sonoda. Tell you what a stint he is on. De Vries doing okay in P10. Just earning some power. What do we got ahead? Mediums, hard, some couple of softs as well. And we're going to have to service this one, I reckon. So let's push now into pit. It's a good start to this race. What I thought would be a very difficult Australia. We're going to boost around these few corners. Get De Vries ahead of anyone potentially pitting. And he does so. Where does he come out? Sonoda, P9. Carlos Sainz holding us up. Stuck the handbrake on. Not for much longer. We're ahead into P number 8. Good moves. Good moves. So, we're doing okay. Let's push De Vries in. He's got a lot of power unit. Let's push past this De Vries. We are P7. So, De Vries doesn't have to pit again. A few pit stops there, and we are into P2. Where does De Vries come out? P10. Can we hold off Verstappen? Oh, yes, we can. Needed to hold him off. And now we're stuck behind George Russell. What's he on? Hard tyres, loads of hard tyres ahead. If we can sneak past, we will be laughing. Sonoda's into P1 though. Where's that come from? Tell you what, Sonoda and his race starts are just absolutely brilliant when you push. De Vries looking at the Ferrari. Nearly loses his front wing. But just got to bide our time with him. And let's push now, Sonoda. Let's get that gap. We've got Leclerc on the hards in front. Try and get a position here. Can't get it done. What about into here? Around the outside. Thank you very much. P number 8 for De Vries. We've got a Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren all ahead. As Yuki Tsunoda boxes. And he'll come out. P3 probably. No, sticks in P2. There's an Aston Martin holding us up. We could have been done with getting past him. But for now, it's P7. Let's push again. Hamilton vulnerable out front. Wow, Tsunoda just wanders on by. What about De Vries? Can he get this Aston Martin? What's he on? Softs. Should be going faster than that, Stroll. No wonder Aston Martin are looking at you. Because you've just... Come on, De Vries. Yes, past the Aston Martin. Round the outside of the Ferrari. Oh, nearly a move made in heaven there. And now the Ferrari bolts away from us. Carlos Sainz. We're going to push. Fancy a move up the inside here. Done. P5. Don't think there's any more spaces that we can get. Places, spaces, whatever you want to call them. It's just the McLaren ahead. And I think Yuki's done a terrific race from where he started. Can we get one more? No, we can't. But it's a great race in Australia. In a race that we don't usually do. And that 3-3-2, 4-4 did end up working a treat. It's 44 points. We'll take it. We'd have took that in the wet. Never mind the dry. And we've got to be happy with our performance so far in opening round. To round off the video with some good scoring. So, where does that leave us so far? What are we on track to do? Let's find out as we come back to the leaderboard. And so far, 4 races in, 170 points. It's been a terrific start to our GP. And if we tell you what, if we double them scores, we'd be sitting on a very, very nice 340. But we all know this good run can never last. But let's see what happens. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's been a great battle, some great scoring. Make sure later on this evening we're potentially live streaming the opening round on the free to play, so I hope you can join us for that. But good luck in your opening round, and comment below. I want to see as many new comments from new people as we can. I'll catch you in the next one.